Hello, everyone, and welcome back, or not back, or I guess back, to a new. Welcome back to a new series, if that even makes sense. But, yeah, welcome to a new series that I'm going to be starting on the channel, and I will explain what we're doing here in a minute. First, I'm going to create a new world. So that would be, let's call it, I'm very creative with names. New world. Let's try to think of something a little more interesting. Let's call it the world of stuff. There we go. Something like that. No, 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 no. An even better one. An even better one. Okay. Um, automated everything. Automated everything. And I'm just going to add in here YouTube because I need to know that this is the world that I'm playing on YouTube. Alright, so we make it survival. And I'll explain what we're doing here in a second. Allowed cheats, I'm going to leave that off. And world type, why don't we go with large biomes? Just to change things up a little bit from usual. I don't know. I don't remember what I usually do, but what people usually do is just the regular. But I'm going to do large biomes. Anyways, so what we're doing this time is a series of pigs. No. But what we are doing this time is a new mod pack series. Sort of a mod pack. It's basically, I got a collection of mods that I've been playing with for quite a long time now, and like several years actually. I've been playing with. I found my favorite mods. Of course, I found my favorite mods. I found a bunch of mods that I really liked and put them together in one game. And so yeah, so here this contains a whole bunch of the mods that I really like, and it's basically there's very few mods involved. So the mods, as you can see there, these are actually all the same mod here. So we got Applied Energistics 2, BuildCraft, we got ComputerCraft, EnderStorage, Nihilo, which is a skyblock mod if you haven't heard of that one, and Galacticraft, Minechem, which is a chemistry mod, which I find a lot of fun, and Minecraft is regular Minecraft, and then Railcraft is a train mod. So if you haven't heard of a lot of these before, I'll get to demonstrating how they work, explaining them, and all kinds of stuff like that as we go along in the series. But basically, I've tried to start a lot of series. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. But anyways, I've tried to start a lot of series in the past. And if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you've probably noticed that I tend to start things, do like 5 episodes, maybe 7 episodes, maybe whatever, and then just kind of stop. Basically, so far I haven't found anything I can do that takes a reasonable enough amount of time that I can actually do it for, like, keep it up long term. So basically what this is I'm going to do mostly everything on camera, and so that way that'll be 2 things. One, for you guys who are watching, it will give you a much better feel for like what the game's actually like to play, which can always be a lot of fun. I know I used to watch a lot of Let's Plays that were made that style, and without a lot of editing and doing a lot of like just full long clips, and not long clips, but like really getting the feel of what it's like to play the game. I used to really enjoy those kinds of series. So that's going to be great for you guys who are watching, as well as it means there won't be a whole lot of off-camera work. So that it should mean that I could get an episode out every week. for the next little while. Like for, I'm hoping indefinitely. So I'm hoping I can do one episode of this per week for like ages, you know. Anyways, however long we decide to keep the series going for. So yeah, and yeah, so in case you've been wondering why my series keeps stopping, like space astronomy and all kinds of different things, it's just because I've made them too complicated and too much work to do so that I can't actually get them done consistently. So yeah, so this is I'm gonna be doing mostly everything on camera, so you can really get a feel for how the game actually works. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna look for a good place to build a house, and so I'm gonna start exploring, looking for a place to build a house. I'm curious actually where I am right now. Oh, and I also noticed my frame rate is really low. So I should probably change that somehow. Let's decrease particles and let's turn advanced OpenGL off. I don't really know what difference that makes. Actually, let's turn it back on. If anybody watching this knows what advanced OpenGL, like when it can help and when it can't help, that would be great. If you could let me know, because I actually don't know. I've tried researching it before, but I haven't really found anything helpful. Oh, hang on, here's a problem. I need to turn bobbing back on. So, there we go. I was just recording the intro for this, and didn't want to be bobbing around while I was trying to be a camera. Anyways, so what we got. Oh yeah, I was talking about advanced OpenGL. It seems like on this computer, it seems to speed things up sometimes, but on another computer I've tried it on, it seems to slow it down. So I really don't know what's going on with it. But anyways, so oh, I think we're loading something. Loading something. But okay. So yeah, so what this is gonna be. So I have very few mods. So if you're someone who's familiar with mod packs, you would know that this is actually a very, very short list. Most mod packs I've seen around, which, by the way, if you're someone who doesn't know what a mod pack is, a mod pack is just basically you get a whole lot of modifications for Minecraft and stick them all together in one game. And there's actually like groups and stuff who do a whole lot of different mod packs. And they're like, yeah, they do it really well and everything. Most mod packs that I've seen like that do like have, I don't know, 80, 100 mods, something like that, like tons and tons and tons of mods. It really customizes your game. This is basically, when I originally set up these mods, basically my idea was, hang on, how's my render distance? Yeah, I'm going to be turning my render distance down later to speed up the frame rate, but for now, since we're doing exploring, trying to actually find things or whatever, I'm going to keep it open. So we're just loading something else, I guess. But yeah, so the idea behind this, when I originally set up this collection of mods, modifications, well over a year ago, maybe 3 years ago, I don't know. I think it was one of the first games I played when I actually got Minecraft. But the original idea was I wanted it to be as close to... Oh, wrong button. I'm just checking my settings. So I wanted it to be as close to regular Minecraft as possible, but have everything automatable. So one thing I love about Minecraft mods is that how you can take everything that would normally be manual labor or whatever, like chopping down trees or doing whatever, and you can actually automate it with certain mods, depending on which mods you use. So, excuse me. So that's that was my aim originally, was to have as close to regular Minecraft as possible, but have everything automatable. And so also that makes it interesting because which is also related to the name of this Let's Play that I called it. So currently, the name I decided on currently for this mod Let's Play series is a thinking pack. So basically, it's a pack of mods, and I called it a thinking pack because it's as close to regular Minecraft as possible, but with enough mods to be able to automate everything. And so you have to come up with a lot of creative ways and everything to get things automated, because there's often not just a provided way to do things. So that's a very long explanation. But anyways, yeah, so that is where the name of this mod pack comes from. So, yeah. So, oh, and by the way, if you're someone who's into mods, I'm going to be putting... this isn't actually like a mod pack that you can just download. Like, it's not pre-prepared for you or whatever, but it's fairly simple to set up. So I'm going to be putting links in the description of the video to, if I remember, of course, but I'm assuming I'll remember. But I'm going to be putting links in the description of this video to all the mods, so that you can make a mod pack yourself if you want to play along, or if you want to play by yourself, or if you want to just whatever. Anyways, so that's basically what we're going to be doing with this particular mod pack. And I'm right now trying to get a feel for the land. Oh, I know. I just realized why we're still in trees. It's because I put large biomes on. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay. So, I think this actually might be a good place to set up, unless we want to do it over there. Oh, there's a cave. Okay, we'll need to go down there in a few moments. So, yeah, so hopefully that makes it... Oh, Certus Quartz. Hopefully that makes it clear to understand what's going on here. And, yeah, so now I think we've found a good area to set up our house. So... what was I going to say? What was I going to say? This is a very different style of recording than I'm used to. So, bear with me while I pause and collect my thoughts, possibly repeatedly. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So what I'm going to call this particular episode... What I was thinking of doing in this episode was, I found a way, because this was a thinking pack, to find different ways, strange, unusual ways to do things and try to do things as efficiently as possible. I found a way to start from 0, where I am right now, to, I'm going to close that there, to start from 0 and go all the way up to, oh yeah, this... NotEnoughItems. We also have that mod in here. I almost forgot. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting myself. So, yeah. Anyways, to get from 0, like starting from scratch, up to having a quarry in a pretty short amount of time. Here's another thing. Whoops! Hang on. I just quit the game. Let me get back into it. Okay, yeah. I'm going to probably be doing a lot of fumbling around during this series, but hopefully it makes it fun and enjoyable for everyone watching. So, I found a way to get from 0, like just starting like from scratch, up to having a quarry in, I think, is a pretty short amount of time. So, if I can remember how I did that, because I did it several years ago, but if I can remember how I did that, then that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm going to call this episode, I'm thinking, like, 0 to quarry in, I don't know, 90 minutes or 100 minutes or whatever. I've never actually timed it, so I don't actually know how long it's going to take. But anyways, we may as well get started. And I think this first episode might be longer than I was thinking, because I've already taken 15 minutes just talking, at least on the recorder. So I don't know how much I'm going to be editing out or including or what, but yeah, basically the whole thing. So I've taken about 15 minutes. So anyways, I'm going to get a lot of wood, and then I'm going to keep explaining more of what we're doing, because here's another thing that I've been learning, is that it seems like when I set parameters to work within, so like rules of like, I'm not going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or I'm going to whatever, when I set parameters to work within, it seems like things work better often, and it can actually create quite a few challenges, as long as those parameters are, like, as long as they're not too restrictive, like as long as they make it challenging, but so that everything can, like, so that I can still do things, you know? So, like, if I were to make a parameter like, I can't walk on the ground, or something, like, that's, like... Oh, actually, I wonder if that would be possible or not. But basically, that would make it extremely difficult, possibly impossible. Possibly impossible? Is that a thing? Anyways, yeah, so that would make it extremely difficult to do anything if I made a rule like I can't, walk on the ground or something. But making rules that actually, like, make it challenging but still doable, still fairly easily doable, can actually be quite fun. So, and can actually make things interesting. So basically, what I've set up as sort of the parameters of this series is, first of all, use as few mods as possible, but try to get everything automatable. So yes, so use as few mods as possible, and whenever possible, my goal is to think up sort of non-standard ways to do things that are hopefully intriguing. Because I don't know if you're someone who's watched a lot of modded Let's Plays before, it tends to get a little repetitive after a while. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to find hopefully intriguing ways to do things. Although, to a certain extent, things do have to be done a certain way, so... Yeah, anyways. I'll get, possibly more into detail on that when we get farther. But anyways. So, that's the thing. So, very few mods, and whenever possible, try to find non-standard, intriguing ways to do things. Or unusual is another word for it. Unusual ways to do things. And... so that's the first parameter, and basically what that means, like, there's several other things that I've involved. So okay, so what we need to do now, actually, we need to make a crafting table, and we need to make some tools, and that's not a crafting table, that's a piece of wood. We need to start making some tools, and we need to head down into the mine and start heading down. So, oh, yes, that's right. I started timing for quarry, and I'm not getting there very fast. Here's another skill that is actually quite a lot of fun. If you ever try making YouTube videos yourself, then it's very interesting. Trying to talk and do other things at the same time is very, very difficult, I find. Some people seem to do it just really easily, but yeah, I find it very difficult. So what am I? just to prove my point, I made 2 crafting tables. Okay, let's well, I guess we have enough crafting tables for a while. Okay, what we need is a pickaxe, not a crafting table. Sorry for my absent-mindedness. That's not a pickaxe, that's a hoe. Okay, yeah. So, just to prove my point. Yeah, so this is quite a quite a skill to be able to do this kind of stuff. And if you're someone who's able to do that, then you've probably had a lot of practice, and or else you're just really good at this kind of stuff. And yeah. So, anyways, so what we need now is stone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually decide. I'm gonna actually tell myself what I'm doing, and then head in and do it, and then I can start talking about other things at the same time, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, what I was talking about parameters, and it's really, really dark in here right now. Let me get some coal. There's some coal right here, and I'm gonna get some coal and start start lighting things up so that you can actually see very well. But okay, so more parameters. So to make things extra challenging, that's part of the reason, but anyways, to make things extra challenging, the plan is to never go to the Nether in this Let's Play series. So if you wanted to see a Let's Play where we're going to the Nether, this isn't it. So go somewhere else, I guess, if you want to see that. But anyways, if you don't mind not seeing the Nether, or if you want to see it as a challenge or whatever, then that's basically what we're doing, is as a challenge. I'm going to replant some trees. So yeah, so no Nether. And that is actually quite a challenge, because what it does is it means that you can't get certain things. Like, for instance, there's a lot of, in here, there's a lot of machines and stuff like that. There's a lot of machines that require lava to run, or lava is the best. What was I doing here? What was I doing? Oh, torches. Lava is the best way to power a lot of things because it's a very efficient fuel source. And the Nether is just full of lava. There's like, yeah, there's just like so much lava. Like the whole thing, it seems almost like 50% of the Nether is made of lava, and the rest is made of netherrack. But anyways, so yeah, so that's the Nether. And so we're not going to have a virtually limitless supply of lava power. And that's not going to break with a wooden pickaxe. So we're not going to have a virtually infinite supply of lava power. So we're going to have to find creative ways to make lava if we want to be able to power things that way. What was I doing? Oh yeah, stone pickaxe. So that's going to make things quite challenging. And also, there was something else. Oh yeah, the Nether. A lot of the crafting recipes for a lot of these things, let me see, Galacticraft, I think, is one of the things. Let's see what we got here. I don't actually remember what specifically. I know we'll come across it. But anyways, a lot of the crafting recipes for these things require blaze powder. And blaze powder you can get fairly easily in the Nether. I've seen on a lot of other modded Let's Plays that people set up blaze powder farms, and it's just like, yeah, you can get like virtually infinite supply of blaze powder from the Nether. And since we're not going to the Nether, we're not going to have that standard way of having an infinite supply of blaze powder. And yeah, that's part of what I meant by non-standard, by the way. And apparently this cave doesn't actually go down. So, yeah. I'll have to see if I can find another cave. But anyways, so we're not going to have virtually limitless supply of blaze powder in the same way. Also, wither skulls, we're not going to be able to get the regular way. I don't actually know if we'll want them or not. We might not even want them, depending. But I think I'm going to start digging down. So, yeah. So it's going to make things a lot more challenging that way. And so the next parameter is no potions or magic. So basically, it can make things, actually, I don't even know how to explain that one, really. But, because I actually have not really played with that kind of stuff. Often I'll do, so the only exception is I might do, game commands, like /effect and stuff like that. And there's a strange noise. But I might do, like, /effect, whatever, like, just probably not. I want to play this as regular as possible, but my point is that that doesn't count under the no potions rule. But anyways, so we're not going to be making potions, and we're not going to be playing around with the magic or whatever, so we're going to have to find technological ways to do things, which, oh, there's another cave. That's perfect. So yeah, so we're going to have to find a lot of technological ways to do things rather than magic ways to do things, which a lot of the Let's Plays, especially the modern Let's Plays that I've seen of mods, is they just include, like, they just almost require magic. So we're going to try to find technological ways to do those things, and I'm repeating myself over and over and over again. Anyways, so I better stop repeating myself and head on to the next, the next parameter, which actually I already kind of touched on briefly, but, well, not briefly, but non-standard. So, some examples. One of the very, actually, it's a very good mod. I played with it before, and it was a lot of fun to play with, but thermal expansion. If you haven't heard of that mod, it's quite an amazing mod where you can automate pretty much anything. It gives you the ability to automate pretty much anything you want to do. And we're not going to be using it unless we decide to add it later on or something like that, but at least for a long time, we're not going to be using it because it just, I don't know, it feels too standard, and it's not going to be, that's not going to be the theme of this, that's not the theme of this particular Let's Play. The theme of this Let's Play is more around, like, finding non-standard ways to do things, so yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of wandering around aimlessly. So what is it I need? So 0 to quarry in, like, however many minutes or whatever. So we need to make a quarry. And if you don't know what a quarry is, that's basically this thing. It's basically a automatic mining machine. So we're just doing mining just long enough to get a quarry. So what we need to make a quarry is, and by the way, these things, if you don't know why they're changing like that all over the place, that's because there's multiple different types of gears that you can use, so it's just changing between them. So we need 2 diamond gears, which requires 4 diamonds each. So that's 8 diamonds and 3 diamonds for a diamond pickaxe. So we need a bunch of diamonds, we need a bunch of gold, and we need some iron gears, so we need a bunch of iron and some stone and some wood, and a little bit of redstone. So that's what we're going to head to do. Oh! One more thing I wanted to do. I'm toying with the idea. I'm going to start heading down after I get this iron. I'm toying with the idea of turning keep inventory on. I usually use it just because it saves a lot of time, which might really help with the series. But yeah, anyways, I'll turn it on later if I decide I need it, but I'll put that on camera though if I do that. But anyways, so where was I? I was up on the surface. Now I'm semi-underground, and next I need to head farther underground. So yeah, so where was I in the... Oh, so the other thing, use peaceful mode. Just every Let's Play I've seen has, like, monsters on and everything, and so we're going to turn them off. So there you go. Just to make things interesting. And partly because I actually enjoy playing on peaceful mode more often than not. That said, at some point in the future, assuming this Let's Play series actually keeps going for as long as it's like as long as I'm hoping it would go for. I may end up branching off at some point and doing like an invasion mod, super invasion with Mercury. But we'll turn that into a separate series. And basically, what I mean by that, by a super invasion, is it's I'm hoping, I think I have a plan to be able to conquer an invasion up to perhaps 500 waves. So that's the goal. So in case you don't know, basically what we've done, Mercury and I, every time we've done it, the most recent time, we made it up to, oh, actually, that video is not out yet, probably by the time I put this out, so I probably shouldn't say. But the time before that, we made it up to wave like 37. So, and it got really, really crazy when we got up to wave 37. So, we're going to try, I'm going to try, it's sort of a side goal, to be able to build a fortress that can withstand 500 waves, assuming Invasion Mod actually keeps going for that long. But anyways, so that's sort of a side goal, so I might as well stop talking about that. That's not the main goal of the series, and I'll probably break that into a separate series when we do it. But anyways, this series, so use peaceful mode, other than that event, if we do it. Use peaceful mode, and here's another thing, which you probably would have already noticed at the beginning of this video, is that I'm not going to be doing a lot of excessive hype. That's a thing I see in, not so much in Let's Play series, but in a lot of things lately. It's just there's, I don't know, hype, which can be good, but I often see excessive hype, like where you build the excitement of a thing up way beyond what the thing is actually worth. Yeah, so I'm going to try keeping this more of a relaxed, enjoyable series is basically the way I want to do it, if that makes any sense to you. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, I can try explaining it further in a future video, but this one is getting rather long at this point. And yeah, I might be doing keep inventory. I already covered that, but I'll tell you if I go to turn it on. I'll put that in a video. And yeah, and I've already actually talked about this too. I'm gonna do mostly everything on camera. Well, for multiple reasons. One, so that you can really get a feel for the game, and another so that it's just a lot easier. Like so that I'm forgetting my words. So that there's not a lot of time for me to like do off camera, because I am busy with school and with like a lot of other things I'm doing. So I don't have, that's why all the series, I'm going to try to keep this series going for a long time. I know I'm talking in circles right now, but I'm good at talking in circles apparently. Sorry. But yeah, so I'm going to try to keep this easy enough to do that I can keep it up long term. That's the idea. Do I have any stone? I do have stone. Yep. So I think that covers basically everything. And so, yeah, I think that covers basically everything. The goal of this series, as I see it right now, the goal is to be able to explore space. We have, what button did I put it on? There we go. Here's our map of the solar system. So the planets that we can actually explore are the overworld, which we're on right now, and the moon. We can go to the moon. That's the first stage. And we can actually create a space station as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to go to Mars, and then we're going to start exploring the asteroids and everything. And so that's kind of the goal, just so that we have the only purpose for that really is just so that we can have some direction we're heading in the series. And oop, I just broke my pickaxe. So yeah, so just so that we can have some direction in the series, that's sort of where we're heading. But it's going to be a very, very long time before we get there. And the sort of what we're doing, so I labeled it just for my being able to keep track of things, and I labeled it the means. So the goal is the Galacticraft mod heading into space and everything. The means to do that relies heavily on ComputerCraft, which is programmable computers, if you don't know that mod, and BuildCraft, which has a lot of pipes and just like a whole lot of different things. And Railcraft is actually another mod that will be a lot of help. So we're going to include that one a lot. And then the other mods are Applied Energistics, which is actually going to be a big part of the series. And which, by the way, if you don't know the Applied Energistics mod, it's basically adds what was it? Oh, digital item storage, which makes things very interesting. And we'll get to that as we go along. And EnderStorage, which is just basically an aid to help us along the way. Basically, you can put things in one ender chest and pull them out automatically at another location. And Nihilo, which is the skyblock mod. Minechem is another mod that I'm not actually sure if I qualify that one as an aid along our quest, or if it's part of the means to go along the quest, or what. But anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's actually, I've never really played with Minechem all that much, but it is actually one of my favorite mods. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to it as much as I'm looking forward to it, all this stuff. And I've kind of been rambling on and talking in circles and everything like that all over the place. So if you're still watching the video at this point, I'm assuming you'll probably enjoy the series. And yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoy the series, and yeah, see you later.